we're going to talk about the state of affairs with the Jacksonville Jaguars, Mike, and let's get your quick thought right off the top. Jakobi Meyers joining the squad this week. What did you make of the decision to go out and get him and only him at the trade deadline?
Fantastic move. I thought that, we talked about it before. Their receivers were struggling to catch the football. Things hadn't gone well with Brian Thomas Jr. struggling. They went out and got a guy who does not drop the football. 11 career drops in 98 games. Just for comparison, Brian Thomas Jr., 9 drops in 25 career games. So this is not a pick on Brian Thomas thing. The whole group was struggling with drops, and they got a guy that he's not a burner, okay? He's not the guy that's going to take the top off, but he can work the middle of the field. He's reliable, and he's going to be a guy that probably slots in, in the next week, maybe even this week as wide receiver 1, just because I don't think Brian Thomas is going to play this week. And, depending on what he looks like at practice today, I would be kind of surprised. It wasn't out there yesterday.
If he practices at all
Right,
today.
yeah, exactly. De'Ami Brown is in the concussion protocol, and obviously he has a chance to clear it, but there's no guarantee that he clears it. Tim Patrick's dealing with a groin.
But he did practice yesterday.
He did practice yesterday. And I'm missing somebody.
Practiced in full.
Yeah. Oh, and Travis Hunter's on IR. Forgot.
Right.
Yeah. So he might have to be the de facto number 1 and over the next week or so, just depending on, who's available.
Would you presume Parker Washington is the number 1, or you're just talking about like the position on the field, the X versus playing the flanker spot?
Parker's going to play the inside and the slot and all that other stuff.
I would think Parker Washington easily out targets Jakobi Meyers.
Maybe. I don't know. Possibly, yes. But they've got to have something on the outside. But
absolutely.
Yeah. I don't.
Tim Jones, Austin Trammell. That's where they were when they ended up winning the game last week.
That was a great job by those two, and a great job by Liam Cohen adjusting the play calls and what they were going to run, because obviously those guys hadn't practiced in that all week. So fantastic 2 contributions from those guys, the Tim Jones's catch and then the kickoff return. But I don't think you want to go through a whole game with those guys.
Not obviously. So, and that prompted in part the move to go get Jakobi Meyers. Not that they weren't interested in him before, but I think it really
that was a need even before those guys got hurt. I think we talked about it.
Yeah, Gladstone talked about his superpower is catching the football. And not dropping the football.
Yep.
So his drop rate's less than 6%. I think he has 2 drops since the beginning of last year.
Yeah, he's never had more than 2 in a season.
Right, it's like 11 for his entire career.
Yep.
So you can count on that. Now, how much you can count on him to have the playbook down and what kind of route package and all that they can have installed for him, I guess we'll find out on Sunday.
He's going to play significant snaps. That's no doubt about that. So you simplify it. And you don't ask him to learn everything, but you ask him to learn, 25% of what's in there, and you take advantage of him.
We saw a report yesterday from Jordan Schultz, I think it was, that said Jags were, heavily pursuing Quinnen Williams. Don't know what they were offering, but that the Cowboys obviously came in over the top. And you wonder, when Jerry Jones goes on Monday Night Football in the pregames, like we got 1 or 2 deals in the pipeline. Stay tuned. Did he really, was that done, or did he push that across the finish line? Because then they lose. They look terrible. The next morning, it's announced they traded for Logan Wilson, which doesn't really move the needle. He's an inside linebacker who's been benched by the Cincinnati Bengals. He's a solid player.
Yeah.
He can help you. He'll make tackles. But and then they pushed a big one across the finish line. So there was talk that Zach Sealer got some calls. Pete Prisco told me that was the guy to watch out for over the last couple weeks, that they really liked him from Miami, but Miami was not giving him up without a high day 2 pick. And he's like 30, 31 years old, man. Yeah. I'm not paying that for a rental defensive tackle.
That's a rental for the rest of the year.
Right.
Type of thing.
What about Myers? Is he a rental? Or I saw Ryan O'Halloran saying that's not necessarily going to be the case.
Correct. And a lot of it will depend on how he plays this year as well. But clearly, they need to find someone to replace De'Ami Brown next year anyway, because I don't think they're bringing De'Ami Brown back next year. So, can you get him for something reasonable? Probably. Maybe Can you get him for 11 per year again, or do you want more? Does he want more? I don't know. It just kind of depends on what you can get.
I
with
would sign him for 11 a year right now, based on his full body of work and what he's done in the NFL. I don't know, man. I mean, De'Ami Brown got $10 million after having like one good playoff game in his life.
That complicates things without question. But, look, it depends on how he fits in and how he looks the rest of the year. That means what, 9 games left? What are they? Yeah, 9 games left. So,
well, the word is he's going to fit in. He'd fit in any locker room. He's a
that's not
a pro type guy.
That's not going to be a problem.
Goes about and so if he goes about his business and does his job and hangs on to the football, why wouldn't he fit in?
Right? Does he catch 30 balls over the last 9 games, 40?
I mean, 30 certainly doable.
Absolutely. And you've got someone that can play all the positions. You're not going to ask him to do that now. You're just going to – it's kind of – that would be a tall order to get him to learn all 3 spots. So he'll probably play mainly outside. But, yeah, he can be a versatile guy for you.
All right, well, we got to take a quick time out here. We'll come back. We got a lot to get into with you, including the moves that they didn't make at the trade deadline and how aggressive do you think they were and where things stand right now. I want to go through this injury report from yesterday because it's not just Brian Thomas unable to practice for the Jaguars, some other potentially key players not suiting up yesterday, and we'll obviously keep an eye on whether that ramps up throughout the course of the week.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey here, thanking you so much for watching 1010XL Jaguars on YouTube. But before you click away, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and be sure to check out our other team-specific channels on the 1010XL network on YouTube.